Kate and John Coleman are a married couple living in a large house in suburban Connecticut with their 2 children, Daniel, a bratty but well-meaning young boy, and Max, their sweet, loving younger daughter who is deaf. But under the surface of this seemingly normal family lies deep emotional scars. Kate is a recovering alcoholic still haunted by the stillbirth of their 3rd child, Jessica. After struggling to move on, Kate and John decide to adopt a child. They visit a local orphanage and are drawn to a quiet, artistic 9-year-old Russian girl named Esther. Dressed primly in ribbons, long skirts, and a choker around her neck, Esther seems mature beyond her years and very well-mannered. Despite her unusual demeanor, the couple are charmed. Soon, they bring her home, hoping she'll be the missing piece their family needs to feel whole again. From the beginning, things don't feel quite right. Esther immediately stands out at school, mocked by the other kids for her old-fashioned clothes and accent. But at home, she quickly wins over John and Max with her painting and musical talents. She even shows protectiveness over Max, who becomes her closest companion. Kate, however, starts to notice red flags. Esther becomes overly possessive of John and manipulative, in subtle ways. She has a creepy habit of showing up silently behind people. She also has strange habits, like locking doors, hiding items, and being evasive about her past. But every time Kate expresses concern, she's dismissed, especially by John, who thinks Kate is projecting her trauma and alcoholism onto Esther. Things take a much darker turn. At school, a classmate named Brenda mocks Esther on the playground. In retaliation, Esther pushes her off the slide, severely injuring her. Although there's no concrete proof Esther caused it, Kate begins to suspect she's dangerous. Then, Esther kills Sister Abigail, a nun from the orphanage who visits to check in and expresses concern about Esther's background. She warns Kate that strange things have happened around Esther in the past: fires, accidents, families falling apart. The moment she leaves, Esther chases her down in the snowy woods and bludgeons her to death with a hammer. She drags the body into their tool shed and forces Max to help her hide it, threatening her with violence if she tells anyone. Kate grows more and more suspicious. She finds a Bible in Esther's room containing a postcard from an institute in Estonia. When she calls the orphanage, they refuse to give her more information, but she senses that Esther's past has been covered up. Meanwhile, Esther's behavior escalates. She tears up a bouquet of roses that Kate had planted in memory of Jessica, their stillborn daughter, an act of cruel emotional violence that devastates Kate. Later, when Daniel witnesses Esther dragging a bloody hammer into the shed, she tries to kill him by setting the treehouse on fire while he's inside. He barely escapes but falls and ends up in the hospital in a coma. That night, Esther tries to smother him with a pillow. Max sees this and sounds the alarm, and hospital staff rush in before she can finish the job, but she lies to John, saying she was just comforting him. Still, John defends her. Kate, spiraling and desperate, tries to convince John that Esther is dangerous. But Esther has been manipulating him too, subtly turning him against Kate, playing the victim, and even making it seem like Kate has relapsed into drinking again. After Esther plants a wine bottle under Kate's bed, John and their therapist believe Kate is unstable and a threat to the children. This is Esther's plan all along: isolate Kate, seduce John, and take over the family. One night, Esther dresses provocatively, puts on makeup, and tries to seduce John while Kate is at the hospital. She kisses him and climbs on top of him, but he recoils in horror. Now fully disturbed, John realizes something is deeply wrong. But it's too late. Kate receives a call back from Estonia. The institute she contacted finally calls her back with horrifying news: Esther isn't a child at all. Her real name is Lena Clammer, a 33-year-old woman with a rare hormonal disorder called hypopituitarism that stunts her physical growth, making her look like a child. Lena is a violent sociopath who escaped from a mental institution in Estonia. She's highly intelligent, manipulative, and has a long history of infiltrating families, attempting to seduce the father, and then killing everyone when it doesn't work. The choker and wrist ribbons she always wears. They hide scars from when she tried to break her own restraints in the asylum. Realizing the danger her family is in, Kate rushes home from the hospital. But it's too late. Esther, now fully revealed as Lena, has murdered John in cold blood and staged the house to look like a struggle. She changes into a white dress and makeup, trying to recreate a romantic fantasy as she waits for him to wake up, but he's already dead. Kate arrives to find the house in chaos, her husband dead, and her children missing. She finds Max hiding and terrified, and the two try to escape. Lena attacks them with a gun and a knife, resulting in a frantic and violent chase outside into the snowy woods. In a final showdown on a frozen pond, Lena attacks Kate one last time. As they struggle on the ice, Lena tries to manipulate Kate by calling her Mommy and begging for her life. But Kate is done being fooled. As the ice cracks beneath them, she kicks Lena in the face, breaking her neck and sending her sinking into the icy water below. Police arrive, and Kate and Max are finally safe. The revelation that Esther is actually a 33-year-old woman, and not a disturbed child, is one of the most shocking twists in modern horror. What initially seems like a haunted child's story quickly transforms into a true crime-inspired psychological thriller, forcing the viewer to re-evaluate everything they've seen. Kate Coleman may have entered the film broken and haunted, but by the end, she emerges as a survivor, a woman who trusted her instincts, fought through manipulation, and saved her daughter. But not before losing her husband, almost being institutionalized, and confronting one of the most terrifying imposters ever put to screen. Esther, or rather Lena, might be gone, but the trauma she leaves behind is unforgettable. Thank you for watching. Please leave like and subscribe to the channel for more quick movie recaps.